Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's time for more Masters of the World. I'm Milios Gillen. So, how's the budget doing? I'd say pretty good. Thankfully, we seem to have about, what is it, 70, 80 billion right now in excess revenue per year I could look to spend. So, that's not terrible. That's not terrible at all. Build lots of these. I don't really think I need to. We have, I think, more than enough high schools, or elementary schools at this point. It's just, I can't seem to increase my elementary school attendance rate, which is annoying, but nonetheless. Okay. Importations are increasing. Doesn't seem to be a way for me to reduce that at all. I've been trying, man. But it's hard. It is hard. Okay. Speaking of which, how goes veggies? Not great, huh? Not great at all. Doing our best. I mean, I'd really like to start selling off my remaining non-energy based industries. But I'd be damned if they aren't, like, producing so much money. Like, I know the oil and fuel industry makes up a quarter of that, give or take. But, like, how? I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to make up that kind of difference, to just be honest. We'll say 17 billion, per 0.5%. So 17 times 30 for pretty standard value tax is 510. Not enough. Income tax. Even if I taxed everyone maximum, we'd be at 1,000. Alright? Like, I'm having trouble here with that. Even if I had, like, a proper social security payment system, that's nowhere near enough. Like, trying to make tax money appear in this game, as it turns out, really hard. Which isn't surprising, but, you know. So it's like, I've got to hold on to the industries, even though that's really starting to fuck with me. Yep, I'll accept them into bricks. Cultural prize is always nice. Do our best with that. We're trying to get our first multi-sports complex up. And a 150,000 person stadium. Always nice to see. Good. Yeah, people should like it. Alright. So, still have to look at transport. We still are not really increasing our cars per capita, which is really concerning. I mean, I guess it's technically increasing. It's not increasing at a rate I would like it to increase. Right? Yeah. I don't know. The advanced interface have anything useful for me? I think I prefer this section setup. No, I don't need to launch a nuke. Thank you. Can I get the civilian stuff, please? Thank you. That's housing. Transport construction. Yeah, because I can't construct, like, regular road here. So, there's nothing I can do in that interface. Which is rather unfortunate. Has our industry managed to break? Yes, it's broken 2,000 GDP. We've gained 1,500 or 150 billion to our industry GDP. So, that is 8% growth rate in industry this year, and it's only August. Oof, sporting defeat sucks. Anyway, so like we're seeing very encouraging industry growth. Like that, our economic growth is a lot slower than you expect because in general, like with everything else the way it is and how I've basically frozen economic growth everywhere that isn't you know, industry by what I've been doing, you know, which kind of sucks. And I really do want to fix that, but I'm just not sure how to go about it. I think I have to slowly unnationalize and slowly raise taxes to compensate or something. It's like the only way I can think of. Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, I could, if I just drop to a 7-star system across the board for, like, education and healthcare, I could save 55 billion a year, which is a start. I can also save an extra, okay, so I can save 105 billion a year. I can save about 10% of my current budget. So that's like as low as I'm willing to go on those things. Right? Okay. So if that's as low as I'm willing to go, that would save me... Let me figure out what my budget is. Hang on. If my expenditure this year is way too much. Holy shit. No. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't think I can. I don't think I could tax people enough, really. Because, like, the problem is, for whatever the hell reason, income tax provides me with nothing. I don't know. Maybe I just need to fight unemployment harder. Unemployment rate's still kind of dropping, which is good. But if we have an unemployment rate of 20 with like 190 million people, you know, that means we've got, well, assuming everyone's a fucking working adult, which they aren't, we've got like, you know, 10 million unemployed people, probably close to like a million. But yeah, well, we'll call it an even 3 million unemployed. Trying to create 3 million jobs is not exactly easy. Especially because hiring people into the public sector doesn't seem to actually reduce unemployment, which is really weird. Like, it really is quite weird. GDP 2051. 2025, okay. So yeah, we started this year at 186 billion. Or, it's what? No. 1,860 billion. So, I can't wait for December to roll around. And me to be able to just figure out our exact actual industry growth rate. Because that's good. Like, that's very good. If I could somehow, you know, privatize everything and not go bankrupt, and get that kind of growth rate across the board, that would be astounding. And we're about to hit 0.9 parity with the dollar there. About halfway to 0.8 parity with the euro, which is nice. Like, people are getting richer in my country. Things are good. But I have to start figuring out how to tax people and start privatizing things. Alright. So, if I've got 90 billion worth of everything that I could privatize right now, what could I privatize? First off, let's start with the banks. There's literally no reason. They actually cost me money. That actually increased my budget. Holy shit. Because I want the service sector to grow. Like, I really do. So, if I can avoid... So, let's start by, you know, privatizing all the small stuff that don't provide billions. Well, probably most of them will, that's the problem. Tourism and hotel trade, surprisingly impressive. There's enough people working in urban transportation. Profits, yeah. Privatize that. I don't think I want to privatize urban transportation. I'd like to privatize that, but I don't think we actually have enough there. But it's good. Mongolia refuse. Alright. There's been a nuclear disaster in Romania. You know, I'm gonna say I'm glad I got rid of that power plant. I just can't help but look at all the nuclear disasters going around on this world and go, man, nuke plants in this game are horribly unsafe compared to their real world counterparts. Like, good lord. We've had 2 nuclear incidents in the world, and one of them was caused by a natural disaster in Japan. And the other one was freaking Chernobyl, and that was mostly because people got drunk. And it was the Soviet Union. Of course we'll go to the Grand Library inauguration. We must, maybe I should visit your university campus, you know? 2% annual growth. Your statement is entirely irrelevant to me. Okay. Like I said, the goal of trying to reduce the amount that we are meddling in things is probably for the best. 27 billion. Yeah. Good. Alright. So, after doing this whole public-private scheme thing here... Ugh. Enough with the lag, please. Thank you. I've actually ended up saving money. Because, turns out, banks are horrifyingly expensive. And apparently my excesses continue to increase somehow. How, I'm not really sure. But either way, it's a good start to things. Alright, so from here, I think what we're going to do is we're going to focus on a lot of scientific development. And I mean a lot. Where we once had 10 of these. If my goal is to be realized, I'm going to want 200 of them. 200. There. Okay, 200 of those will be built. How many people will we need? Well, it's 20,000 currently. I know that. So we'll need 402,000 total. Yeah, 400. We'll start with that. And then I guess 2,700. No. Change our objective again. Because it's supposed to be that. And then that's supposed to be that there. Okay. Good. So, we're expanding research to 20 times what it was before. Inauguration of the Grand Library. Excellent. We're turning Shiwa into a grand capital. Or Addis Ababa. It's gaining, people. Hard to complain, eh? It's not quite as big as, you know, Sudan's Gigantocity that we had there. But it's becoming a nice capital nonetheless. Well developed now. Deplorable state of housing. Homelessness? I mean, it's probably a good idea to double check to make sure everything's fine, but last time I checked, we don't have homes. We have 0.45% unhealthy population. And I think it's okay. That's what I'm saying. Budget deficit, the danger zone. Yeah, we're okay. We have taken out 400 billion in debt, which I totally understand your concern for. I do. That I agree. That is a load of debt to take out just so quickly, but it's an ambitious new research project for funding. And inflation continues to drop. We are now, you know, above 0.9 with the dollar. Excellent. So, what I'm looking at right now, or trying to figure out what I need to look at, is taxation. Here we are. Slowly increase that. That needs to be slowly increased over time. Ambassador of Yemen. Refuse. Yeah, we have barely any excess at all, but that's sort of expected. 2,051. Not bad. That is, what is that, 12% GDP growth in the industry? Like, it's not bad at all. Like I said, our growth figures for the year are actually pretty irrelevant, as far as I'm concerned. Because it's averaged out over all of our industry. So, and oil is not growing. Oil's actually been shrinking. So, there. And keep people calm that when I raise taxes with this budget issue. Yeah. So, soon, we'll be dismantling all of the remaining. I don't want to do it just yet while we have all the debt. I'd prefer to pay that off first. I'd also like to remind you our economy is apparently technically shrunk on the energy sector as a result of all the things I shut down. Which is really strange in my eyes, but hey, whatever works, right? I don't actually think that solar-powered electricity is doing anything for me, but we're working on it. We're also apparently not producing any. Which is very strange, and that explains why we're having some hard time with the money. I think the game's really bugged out in regards towards solar production right now. It has no idea. Not producing any wind. I'm managing to consume solar power, I think. I don't know. Traffic is jammed, apparently. We'll skip out on that one. Okay. So yeah, not exactly sure. I mean, I technically have it nationalized too. The question is it actually producing anything, right? I suppose that's a question. It's hard to answer. Like, I could always, I suppose, like, construct more fossil fuel plants. If I needed, let's see, 101,270 would be 10 times what we have right now, but I would need at least 20 times that, so I would need at least 2,300 of them, probably. 23,000, 2,300. Oh no, okay, yeah, that's just a lot. That would be a lot, yeah. 164 billion as well. Not exactly ideal. Too many people, not enough room. I expect that, and that's fine. That's why we have literally a fuckload of labs on the way. Nope. Nope. And nope. Alright. Like I said, hopefully with all this new science stuff, our technological level will improve. That's part of what I'm hoping for. Because, as you'll notice, like, everything... well, not everything, but a lot of things have this technological level that can slowly increase over time as a result of the amount that I put into research. So I'm hoping if I increase my research funding significantly, I can pull this off and, you know, get some decent technological level stuff, which will make my industries significantly more competitive. At least I hope that it does. It's what I assume it does. Makes sense, right? Yeah. Well, we do our best. Ugh. Profits 4 billion. Yeah. We'll see. I'm not partaking in the Christmas today. 400 billion in debt. That's acceptable. Yeah. Okay, good. We are technically in the green. That's all I care about, with an excess. I just really hate that it shows excess in red. I really prefer excess being in green and debt or deficit always being in red, rather than the system of where you were at the start of the year or whatever, and where you are now. I don't know. I guess that's you know, personal preference perhaps. Alright. Process companies. Yeah. I really don't want to... Well, I mean, we've already exonerated industry, haven't we? Anyway. So the good news is... It's January 1st, so... let's see. 2088 is the amount we finish on this year. And start the next year with. That's good. So we had 1,860 at the start of this year. Alright. It's not bad at all. So, let's see. 2088 minus 1,860. 228 growth this year. And that, of course, divided by 1860... get us a growth rate of 12% in the industry this year. A 12% growth rate this year's industry. That is acceptable. That is good. Like, let's not mince words here. That's good. That is very good. Like I said, there wasn't particularly much growth anywhere else, so our average has been dragged down pretty significantly, but we are now a Sector 2 economy again. But I really need to work on, like, actually creating a tax scheme. It's just hard. It's like, how the fuck am I supposed to raise, you know, 1.95 trillion in taxes? I just don't see it being feasible. It's, I guess, a good place as any to start. Yeah, a proper tax scheme needs to be created. No, we're not going to do a freaking company turnover tax. That'd be silly. Pay the thing off. Services, yeah. That's not enough either. Taxing petroleum products, actually pretty good. Far less than ideal, though. Far less than ideal. Yeah. Purchasing power, everyone's going to be throwing a fit over it, I'm sure. But It's the best I can come up with. We actually have to start phasing out national industry. Because I can't command the growth of industry. We've seen my attempts at growing, like, the vegetable industry, and just how badly I've failed at it. Like, we see side-by-side comparisons. I am not competent enough to run this industry, as far as I'm concerned. Let's double-check here. Fishing, because I tried stuff with that, too. And, yeah. I mean, it's something. But trade balances are not going down. Barter surplus is fine. Alright. Debt eliminated. Good. That's what I like to see. Yeah, coming up with a couple of taxes here. So to end off today's episode, let's just do theoretical taxing here. Oh no, apparently I can't yet. I have to wait for the taxes to actually start generating revenue. Hang on. They'll actually start doing that eventually. We hope. Like I said, I need to somehow start generating money through taxation. Oof. Oof. Okay. Good. So now money is theoretically being generated. So even assuming like a 15% VAT, 10% Social Security contributions, a 20% corporate tax rate, and a pretty reasonable income tax scheme, 230 billion. I can't make up half of my current nationalized sector profits. Like, I can't. And God knows what this would do to growth. Something like this. Like, if I go for the 30% VAT right now, I might be able to, you know, manage to get away nationalizing most things, or privatizing most things. That's gonna hurt like a bitch. Like, that is not ideal. But I'm coming to the point where I'm just like, I may have to do this. No, fuck off. And that's scary. It's like, crap. How the hell am I going to do this? My industries generate me so much money, but I need them to grow, and they don't grow under me. We know that. We know industries, yeah, industrial growth actually reduced now. Which is sad. So if I have an excess of 1% of the proverbial GDP, can I get the hard numbers, please? Thank you. I have 90 billion. Like, this, I don't even know where to begin with that. Like, I think my goal is the service sector. Start with that. It's gonna hurt. It is, but I think I have to do it. We've seen the differences and how much it can make. It's gonna be a long, hard road ahead of us as we try and reform out of this communism that brought us an astounding amount of money for infrastructure development, and back into capitalism, which would hopefully bring us the economic growth we need to sustain this infrastructure. Speaking of, it'll take 5 months to build. I don't know when they'll be ready, but hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. This has been your lovely, lovely host, Kelvin, signing off.